Yeah, okay. Uh, from where should I start? Hello? Okay. What is stratified event queue in Verilog?
Can you repeat the question?
So please wait, guys.
What is stratified event queue in Verilog?
Hello, sir.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Able to hear me?
Hello, sir.
Are you able to hear me? Okay, I asked a question. What is stratified event queue in Verilog? Do you know or no? Or you are not able?
Hello, sir.
So please wait, guys. Some issues at Interior. Please wait. Within 2 minutes, we'll come back. Please wait.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Are you able to hear me?
Sridhar, continue. Sridhar, continue. Please continue.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my question is, what is stratified event queue in Verilog?
There are 4 regions in event queue.
Yeah.
First region is a prepone region, active region, non-blocking region, postpone region. In
First one is prepone region.
Yeah.
Second one is?
Active region.
The third one is?
Non-blocking region. Fourth one
There
is
is some inactive region.
inactive
Hello, sir.
region. Yeah, inactive region in between active region and non-blocking region.
Then last?
Postpone region.
Total, how many regions are there?
5 regions.
Okay. We generally prepone we don't consider as a region, so we can say only 4 regions in Verilog, like active, inactive, NBA, and postpone. Okay. Yeah. Can you tell me in which region what will happen?
In active region, dollar display statements will execute, and in inactive region, the zero
Only dollar display will execute,
no,
and
always
anything else in
procedural statements always block
okay.
initial, no,
Okay.
not initial block, always block dollar display statements, and dollar write some state like this will execute in active region. In inactive region, zero delay statements will execute. In non-blocking region, in active region, the non-RHS RHS side
Continue.
RHS statements, non-blocking RHS statement will evaluation. In non-blocking region, they assign to the LHS side. In non-blocking region, non-blocking assignments will assignment happen in non-blocking region. In postpone region, dollar monitor, dollar final statements will execute.
Okay. Where dollar strobe will execute?
Dollar strobe will execute in postpone region.
Okay. For example, there is a non-blocking 10. Okay. A non-blocking assignment 10. I am assigning 10. I am assigning 10 value to the A with non-blocking assignment.
Okay.
Okay. And next statement is B blocking statement B equal to 20. Okay. Now tell me at where, like in which region, what is the value of A and B? In active region, what is the value of A and B? In what till postpone region? Okay.
Okay. In active region, A equal to 20. In postpone region, A equal to 10. Dollar display statement will execute.
See. I never gave a value of 20 to A. I said A non-blocking equal to 10. One. Another variable B equal to 10. That is blocking statement. Did you get my point?
Yeah.
For example, if A and B are two integer variables. Okay. I am writing A non-blocking statement equal to 10. B blocking statement 20. Okay.
Okay.
Now tell me the values of A and B in active region, in NBA region. Okay.
Okay. In active region, A equal to 0, B equal to 20.
Okay.
In postpone region, in postpone region, A equal to 0, B equal to 20.
Okay.
Sorry.
So after writing
10, B equal to 20.
B equal 20. Okay. After writing these two statements in my code, immediately I write dollar display A comma B. Then what will be the output? Dollar display A comma B. Just I am displaying A comma B.
A equal to 0, B equal to 20 will get.
Yeah. Okay. If I use dollar strobe A comma B.
Dollar strobe A comma B.
Instead of display, if I use dollar strobe.
Okay. Dollar strobe A equal to 10, B equal to 20 will get.
Yeah, because dollar strobe will execute in the postpone region, right? That's can you tell me what is the difference between dollar monitor and dollar strobe?
Dollar monitor will display the values of variables at every instance of time. Whenever they change, the output will change. But dollar strobe will execute only once at end of the simulation time.
Yes, final value. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You know before going to system layer. Okay. You know constraint, right? How to constrain all this. So can I constrain in Verilog?
Constraint.
because these constraint concept will came in system Verilog, right?
Yeah.
Not in Verilog.
Yeah.
So can I constrain in any other way in Verilog?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, for example,
Yeah.
I will give you one question.
Okay.
I want to generate a number between 100 to 200. Okay, in between this range. So
Then
how can you do it in Verilog?
in for loop we can write in Verilog using for loop. We can generate the inputs from
How?
100 to 200.
No. I want a random. There is something. A variable is there. That variable must be generate the values in between 100 and 200.
Okay.
We can do
For
that
loop
by
I
using $u random range of 100, 200.
Yeah. $u random range, right? Yeah. Okay.
we can use for loop
Other-
also, right?
How?
For loop I will initialize with 100, and if I less than or equal to 200, then it will print between 100 to 200 range.
No. For loop will give generate all the values, right? If you use for loop
100
from
to
100.
200, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I do my requirement is I need only one number in between those range, or I need only 10 numbers in between those range. Okay. So
then we can use
other
random.
Yeah. Any other than U random range? Any other method? Any other solution?
100 plus $random of max minus minimum.
Yeah. You know, right? That it's there in test bench. Yeah. If you know that, it's good. Fine. Did you get everyone?
Yeah.
What he said?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, just I'm asking first some basics only, because in every interview, mostly basics will be asked. Okay. So what is the difference between blocking and non-blocking?
Blocking is blocking assignments will execute in sequential order. In non-blocking,
Blocking is parallel. At a time it will be executed.
yeah, parallel execution will
In
happen.
assignment are those where the assignment statement is executed first before continuous with the execution of the following statement. Non-blocking assignment is one where LHS of the statement is executed first, and then RHS of the statement is done.
No. Just reverse. You're telling.
Non-blocking is
First.
RHS of the statement is executed first and then assigned to LHS at the end of the time step. Non-blocking. Blocking is assignment.
Yeah, continue.
Blocking means assignment statement is executed it executes serial manner. It in non-blocking it execute in parallel way.
Yeah. Once the blocking statement is completed, then only it move to the next statement, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's unit. Okay.
And
Do you know
blocking
what is?
statements are executed in active region, and non-blocking statements are executed in
NBA region.
NBA region.
No.
And two more.
Okay.
Two more.
Don't say directly that NBA region. What you need to tell is the RHS of NBA will be RHS of non-blocking statement will be evaluated in active region. The assignment to LHS will be done in
non-blocking region, NBA region.
Okay. So that you know what you need to tell very like in a clear way. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. What is the difference between inter-assignment delay and intra-assignment delay?
So shall I give an example?
Yeah, sure.
Initial begin, for example, #10 A equal to #5 B. Here #10 is a inter delay.
Okay.
#5 is a intra assignment delay.
Okay. How statements will be executed? Can you assume after this statement there is another statement? Assume like C equal to D, something like that. Then how it will be executed?
C equal to
D or C equal to 20, 30, whatever, something.
It will execute.
Where #10 will delay will affect, where #5 delay will affect. Oh.
It's like first after the
Just
10 units,
15.
A will execute it, but assigning of A will be happen after 5 time units.
for example, let me give you one sample question. Okay. Do you have pen?
Yes, sir.
Pen and paper. Yeah. #10. Okay. #10. A non-blocking statement. A less than or equal. Non-blocking statement. #5 10. Value 20 something. Any value. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
1 second, repeat.
#10.
Okay.
A non-blocking statement. Okay. #5. After non-blocking statement, there is a delay 5 time units. Okay. #5. Then the value is 20. 20 value is assigned to A. Okay.
After 5 units of delay,
Let me complete my question. The same statement, write again, but with the blocking statement. Okay.
Okay.
With blocking statement. So what is the difference between these two?
Here, in non-blocking, the inter-assignment delay will not consider. Only it takes inter-assignment delay only. At 10 nanoseconds, at 10 time units, A equal to 20. In blocking statements, it will take 15 time units to give the output A equal to 20.
No. Give me like that. No, give me at A equal to time t equal to 0. What is the value of A? T equal to 5 what? And T equal to 20. 10. Sorry.
Okay. T equal
to 0, T equal to 5, T equal to 10, T equal to 15. These
At
are
0,
4 timestamps.
At 0, it will be default. A value will be default.
Assume this is a int variable. Int A.
Okay, output will be X.
Output will be 0 for int.
Output will be 0. The default value of int is 0.
Let me ask you before this one question. What is two-state variable? What is four-state variable?
Two-state means the
only it takes zeros and ones. Two-state variable. It takes value 0. Two-state variable means it takes only 0, 1.
The output of value will be either 0 or 1.
Four-state means it takes 0, 1, X and Z.
Right? Int is two-state variable or four-state variable?
Two-state variable.
Which one?
Integer is four-state variable.
I am int only.
Int is a two-state variable.
So default value of int is
0.
0.
Then somebody said X. That's why I was asking. Okay. So at time t equal to 0, A value is 0. Then at t equal to 5.
At t equal to 5.
0 only. Both 0.
The value of A will be assigned to after 10 seconds, after 10 time unit.
At t equal to 5,
At
A
5
equal to 0.
A will be
in
0.
both cases.
But
after 10 unit cycle, the A value will be 20. 20.
Right? At t equal to 5 also 0 only, right?
Yeah.
0.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you just tell me? Okay, leave it. Like what will happen if I use here blocking, and what is the difference? The only difference is what?
Actually, in non-blocking assignment of RHS to LHS will be happen in NBA region. While coming to blocking, it will happen in active region only. That's the only difference.
Yeah. Sometimes what happen? The 20 will be evaluated at initial only. Okay, after 5 time units, 20 will be evaluated.
Right.
But after 10 times, the 20 will be assigned to A.
In blocking.
In
Evaluated will happen after 5 only. Okay. You understood, right?
Yes, got it.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. What is race around condition?
Give the indeterminate value. Race around condition.
We cannot predict
In
the
race
output.
around condition, the output will like it will leads to metastable state.
Yeah. Metastability, right? Oh, what is metastability and how you can overcome that?
By using non-blocking.
You are avoiding this around by using non-blocking statement one way. Okay. Any other?
Clocking blocks.
Clocking blocks, yeah.
Clocking blocks.
Program
Okay. Any program block? Okay. These are the 3 ways to avoid race around condition, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The metastability is something like it's unpredicted value, right? It may get unpredictable. So think about in a design manner, not as a verification engineer. Okay, how you can overcome that problem? For example, I'm just giving. There is one D flip flop. Okay. Hello. Yeah. Okay. Before that, what is setup time? What is hold time?
Setup time is the minimum amount of time where data should be stable before active cache.
What is the hold time?
Hold time is the minimum amount time where data should be stable after active clockage.
So if you don't maintain
amount of time with the so that the output can be sampled.
Yeah, if we don't maintain that stable for whatever the you have time. Hello, are you okay?
Yes, sir. Tell me.
Yeah, you are saying the minimum amount of time the value should be stable, right? Before posits or after posits, right?
Yes.
Yeah. If you don't maintain that, what will happen?
The data will not take that. For example, we are giving an input. If the data is not stable for the setup time and hold time, it will not take that data.
It will take the data, but it may not take exactly. Yeah, correctly. So
the synchronization will be.
Yeah, synchronization must be needed. Okay. How? So this is like a metastability, right? Metastability. This is what metastability.
Yeah.
So if value changes from 0 to or 1 to 0 in that time, minimum time, it may not capture exactly. It may give output as a X value sometimes. Okay. In between 0 or 1. Okay.
Yes, output is unpredictable, right?
Yeah. So that is like a metastability. So how you overcome that problem? Okay,
we can use synchronizer in between.
Yeah, synchronize. No need of synchronizers, like, but you can do one thing, right? Output of that flip flop will be connected to another flip flop. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello. Output
Yeah.
of that flip flop is connected to as an input to another flip flop and take the output of that second flip flop. Then value will be stable. You can see that. Okay.
This is something looking like a CDC concept.
Pardon?
Synchronizer, just we are adding one flop. Synchronizer, right?
Yeah. That's why I asked how you are going to synchronize. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What is Q?
First in, first out,
I'm
sir.
asking all are
In a
just
city one order.
basic questions, sir. Pardon?
In the sequential order, sir. In first in, first out mode. Q means.
Arrival of blockage between the adjacent flip flop.
Yeah. Skew is something like a delay between like the same passage of clock, arrival of same passage of clock at two different flip flops is nothing but a skew. Okay. Hello. Yeah. Actually, what happened? There, for example, there are 10 flip flops. Okay. One output connected to another as an input. Okay. So you are applying same clock to the all flip flops. Okay. Yeah. Then what will happen? We may think the same clock will be applied at the same time to the every flip flop, but internally, if we go, what will happen? There is something like to pass our clock from here to last flip flop. There is something called wide delay. Okay. This clock need to travel from here to that flip flop, right?
Yes.
So this is also some delay. It will take some time. Okay. First, if for example you are generating clock generator is here. From clock generator to nearest flip flop, it may take less time to reach. Okay. Thus, to reach second flip flop, it may take some more time because it has to travel from here to some second flip flop, right?
Yeah.
Did you get?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
So yeah, same clock only, same passage of clock only, but it will reach two different time instances at two flip flops, right? That we may not observe. It might be in the fraction of 1 second, 1 nanosecond. 0.0001 nanosecond might be there, but there will be some difference between two arrivals of the clock at two flip flops. Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
If you don't, if you are not able to understand this, can just raise your hand. Just tell me. I'll give you the clarity. Is it okay?
Okay.
You got it, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you don't get it, just let me know. I will tell you once. No issue. Okay.
Actually, I'm not understanding this. How the Q you're relating with flip flop?
Skew.
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 Oh, sorry. I thought maybe you were asking about Q. That's why I confused. Sorry.
So what I told you is, I'm just right now I'm in basics only. These are all digital and Verilog concepts. I have not gone through system Verilog and UVM.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
So, because may I know what are your experiences? Because these might be asked for 1 year, 2 year experience guys also. These questions for freshers also. Okay. Go through this skew concept once again if you have any doubt. Okay. Do you know time scale?
Yeah. Tick time scale.
Yeah, tick time scale. What is time scale?
time unit.
Hello?
Yeah, it's a compiler directive.
It's a compiler directive. Okay. What is the purpose of that? And how there is something like one tick time scale, 1 nanosecond by 1 nanosecond or 1 nano by 1 pico, something will be there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that 1 nano is indicating? What is this 1 picosecond is indicating?
Actually, it is a time unit and a time precision. This time unit is used for inserting some delay, and the time precision is used for to round up the delay.
Okay. Let me ask you one question on this. Okay.
Time scale is a reference time unit by time precision, sir. Reference time unit is the specified unit of measurement in time and delays, and time precision is the specified as precision to which the delay or around of during the simulations.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you one question on this so that okay. I'll take time scale as 1 nanosecond by 1 nanosecond. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm generating a clock. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Hash 5 always hash 5 clock equal to negation of clock. Okay. Delay clock, whatever. Okay. Okay. 5.5. Sorry, 5.5. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can write as tick time scale 1 nanosecond by 1 nanosecond. Okay.
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 Always you are generating clock. Always, right? Always hash 5.5. Sorry, hash 5.5 clock equal to negation of clock.
Right.
Okay.
It will generate.
Can you tell me what is the frequency of this?
If you use the tick time scale 1ns/1ns, then it will be 10ns.
Yeah, right.
If you use 1ns/10ps, then it will be 11ns.
Okay, let me ask you one. Okay, 1 nanosecond by 100 picosecond, for example. Okay, time scale is 1 nanosecond by 100 picosecond.
It will be same 11ns only.
11ns, right? Oh, yes. Everyone, did you get what is precision, what is actual reference time, how it will calculate? Even though if I take 1 nanosecond by 1 nanosecond, it will generate only, it will consider only 5 only, not 5.5.
So what is reference time unit? Can you repeat?
Okay, I will tell you the concept. I thought you know the concept. Okay, there is numerator by denominator, right? 1 nanosecond by 1 nanosecond. This numerator is the reference time. Okay, this denominator is a precision time. Okay, what will happen? You are writing some hash 5, hash 10, right, in your code.
Yes.
This hash 10 or hash 5 will be multiplied by this numerator. Like if you are writing hash 10 anywhere in the code, that means hash 10 into 1 nanosecond.
Okay.
Nothing but 10 nanoseconds delay you are writing.
Okay.
Okay. This numerator will give you this value. Okay. This precision is denominator. Precision is you can observe
during simulation.
Yeah. You can observe minimum of 1 nanosecond. No, like 1 nanosecond, 2 nanosecond, 3 nanosecond. You can observe like this. But if it is something like 1.1 nanoseconds is there,
take one only.
It will be it will ignore this. It will ignore this 0.5. It will give nearest value one.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we